And this is the old Vanquish.
And it's a bit of a bargain. After all, an Aston Martin's true value is not found in how much it costs, but how much it doesn't cost anymore. If you're in the market for a new Vanquish, then yes, they can run you $750,000 Canadian, and the new one is a truly excellent car. We'd even go so far as to say it's brilliant. But when Aston Martin says, "Here's one I made earlier," everything is on sale. Go back just a wee decade and this second generation of the Vanquish already costs 1/5 the price of a 2026 model. This particular one was recently purchased for $135,000 Canadian, which is less than 6 figures US. And it's a clean, low mileage example. But you can get them for even less. And at that price, we just had to know. I feel so cool.
It's just cool.
It's just so cool. Look at it.
You can't be a dickhead. You are classy only.
Yes, exactly.
So, we are in the old Vanquish.
Yeah.
We have driven the new Vanquish.
We did.
The new Vanquish is an 800 plus horsepower, twin turbocharged monster. This also has a V12, but no forced induction.
No.
There's nothing helping it. As a result, we don't have 800 horsepower. What we do have is a Nissan GTR matching 565. And if you want that power, you gotta chase it.
Right to the red line. That's good. Okay.
So, I have been living with this because my very, very kind neighbor, who had never met me before, but I'm one of those weird guys that knows everyone by their car and not their name, and I know every car within a square mile of where I lived, and suddenly this appeared.
Yeah.
And I said to him, "What is this?" And he's like, "I just got this. You should film it."
Why is that so true, by the way? Like, on my street, my wife knows all of the names of the kids. I know none of the names of anybody, but I know all of the cars that people
she'll be
drive.
like, Andrew, I'll be like, "Oh, Q7.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
So this was an effective change in the landscape of my neighborhood.
Oh, because look at it. Like, it's just, being in the presence of one of these is exciting. And I have to say, anything that follows our review, our professional review of this car, is irrelevant. Because for sub 100K, you are getting a absolutely gorgeous front engine, rear drive Aston Martin with a naturally aspirated V12. The conversation stops there.
Yeah.
It absolutely stops. It doesn't matter what we say or how good or bad this car is. You can go home knowing that you have the ability, or maybe you don't, maybe you can dream about being able to one day potentially afford this. Is the coolest thing that you could put on the road, seriously. Now, the car.
The car, it feels good in here.
It feels good in here.
Yeah.
We'll get to the interior in a minute. Just want to say that this isn't an especially fantastic car to drive.
It's Grand Tourer.
But like, and you know me, I like a Grand Tourer.
We know
I like
Grand Tourers
I
now.
like it when cars are Grand Toury, but this one is a little bit too Grand Tour for me.
Right, the steering just a little bit light.
The steering is a little bit too light.
Chassis, I mean, it's a stiff chassis. It's carbon
Yeah,
fiber.
it's stiff,
aluminium.
but it's not controlling its weight. So it's just you're sacrificing good ride for the sake of some performance that isn't actually there. It feels heavy because it is heavy.
It's worth 3,900 pounds, despite all the carbon fiber.
I know, you notice that. You notice the weight in the corners.
But it translates to insulation, though. Like, I drove this here on the highway. It's reasonably quiet. The Bang & Olufsen sound system is good.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable. But I agree with
fair
you.
enough.
It's grand because the Vanquish and the DBS sort of alternate with the generations. You get a Vanquish one generation, and the next generation you get a DBS.
Right.
And this was a generation where there wasn't a DBS.
Right.
So, and the Vanquish is a bit more grand touring. Again, the new one is spectacular. It is 7 cars above this.
It absolutely
in its
is.
performance.
Yeah.
But this just has to be stunning and sound good and be less than a Ferrari. And it is those
And it
things.
is all of those things. Again, that's what I said. So nothing that we've said is actually irrelevant. Our review is completely
No,
pointless.
the ride could be a bit better. For a
the
Grand
steering
Tourer.
could be a bit better. And you know what? It doesn't even actually sound that spectacular for being a naturally aspirated V12.
So this bumbles. At a bumble, that's when it bees. I don't know what that means.
Do you mean a rumble?
No. Bumbling around the neighborhood.
No. It doesn't bumble. You bumble.
No, yeah, you bumble,
You
it
bumble.
rumbles.
No, you bumble
in
and
the
it
jungle.
rumbles. Yes.
That's when this just
Exactly.
crawls around the neighborhood.
Yes.
This is when I've listened to it since he got it as well.
Yeah.
I know when it's going past.
Yeah.
It's not, even though it does sound very good when you push it, and credit to the new one, because even though it's twin turbocharged, it really does sound good as well. I mean, that is still better.
Why does it sound like a DSG's farting on the upshift?
The upshifts are boring.
Right, it's got a 6-speed in it.
I know.
It's a bit meh.
The DBS that came after this slapped.
It did absolutely slap.
Yeah. And the transmission's a bit slow. This is the 6-speed.
Yeah, it's
1 year
just-
later, it got an 8-speed ZF. But this,
kinda meh.
But it's a transaxle. They've gone for weight distribution
No,
here.
I know,
It's
I know.
5149.
Yeah, no,
Almost
listen,
perfect.
all of the things about it are correct. It's
Better
just,
weight distribution than an F12.
and when you are in a, like a old town, stone-clad, brick and mortar sort of city, right? Where
Right.
it's cobblestones, nice restaurants, people in linen shirts going for dinner. And this thing goes by and you hear, and
Yes,
it
yes.
echoes. That is what the Aston Martin Vanquish is for.
Well,
right? And that's it. It doesn't have to be any more than that.
It's half the price of a used Roma Ferrari.
Yeah.
And it does the same thing, and it sounds better, and it has a V12.
Yep. Yeah. And I mean, listen, if you wanted to put equal length headers on this thing, it would sound like an F1 car.
These absolutely scream.
Absolutely scream to a degree that is mildly arousing to me. But this is fine as is. This is just a good car.
It's fast.
It's
4
just a-
seconds to 60. It's quick.
Yeah. No, listen, this is not a slow car. The performance is good. But if you look at this and go, I bet you that's a riot to drive, it isn't really. You know what I mean? Like, the Vantage is way more fun to drive.
Those cyclists were miring.
They were, because everyone
Myers.
Everyone Myers an Aston Martin, and that's why you get an Aston Martin, because you can't be uncool in an Aston Martin.
Can we not be inside it? Can I go look? Can we look at it?
Because yeah, exactly. That's the only thing that matters. That and this bit. I'll show you. 1 second. All right, hold on. Listen. Wait. Listen. Remember this? All right. Listen to the starter motor and the exhaust sound.
Yeah, that's nice.
And that's pretty much all there is to it. You couple that sound with this look, the end.
I think this is the best looking Aston.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
I think it's the best looking Aston.
Nope.
And then
Nope.
I won't hear any more of it.
Nope.
What's the best looking Aston?
DBS.
The one before this?
Yes. Okay, let me explain to you. First of all, this is one of like top 10 most beautiful cars ever made.
Thank you.
It's absolutely stunning. But I think this is the tail end of this era of design language.
Yes.
Right? And the DBS, I feel, is a little bit more honest about this design language in terms of the headlight placement and the grille. This is starting to get just ever so slightly too style.
No, I think this is when they
a bit.
started to get brave enough with the curves, but not too far. I think if you go back to the previous Vanquish, that one didn't work for me at all. I thought it looked a bit, that was when curves were out, it looked too Zagato-y. And then I looked it up,
Yeah.
and it turns out it was made to look like the DB4 Zagato.
Oh,
And I
okay.
think Zagato Astons can look very strange, and I
Yeah.
think this nails it, because on the previous one, this haunch came out so much,
Yeah.
and then it sort of curved. This is perfect, and this is the same guy that designed the DBS that you just said you loved.
Yeah.
It's the same guy that designed the Vulcan, the DB10 James Bond concept.
Yeah.
Well done, Marek. You've done a fantastic job here.
Again, I'm not saying this is a bad looking car. It's one of the most stunning cars ever made.
This looks like the face
Yes.
of lions from The Lion King, but the musical stage, the stage musical.
I know what you mean.
The very,
weirdly.
very front.
Yeah. No, this is the right size grille for an Aston. They got too big after this. This
But
is
they
the,
need more cooling. They got more performance. 300 horsepower jump.
Yeah, but then for me, that just is a compromise that didn't need to be made. I wouldn't have added the more performance because I don't want to compromise the styling. Because I'm not buying a sports car, I'm buying this experience. You pull up in this and you feel, oh, ever so good.
Well, this
because
is,
it looks amazing.
This is Skyfall Silver.
It's actually the name of it, Skyfall
Yeah.
Silver?
And
Cool.
I don't think that's even the coolest thing about it. I'm going to try and pop the engine bay here. Okay, it's not on this side. Sometimes it is in an Aston. I should be forgiven for that.
It is actually sometimes on that
Yeah,
side.
they won't let me back into the country now.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
You ready to see a skull and crossbones?
Oh, it's a little pull. Ooh,
There we go.
funky. Light. Oh!
Look at that. Thank you, Scott Andrews, for putting this one together. So that's not an AMG engine. That's Aston V12.
Yeah, that white inlet manifold, that's just absolutely stunning, isn't it? Just so good. So much pomp and circumstance.
I think this is the best looking Aston.
It's one of them. I'm just saying, I think that the DBS, I'm just biased.
I get it.
I just love that car so much.
It's a slightly more serious shape, the one you're talking about, where it's less curvy, more German almost. The carbon fiber there.
No, it is so good looking, isn't it? I love this bit here. Just the way that this
line here.
there.
I remember.
No, my line's better than your line.
I remember every time I've seen one of these and where I've been, because I've only seen this about 5 times in my life.
Yeah, they're not that common, are they?
They didn't make that many of them.
No.
I think it was like 2,000. We'll put the proper number up here.
Yeah.
They really didn't make many. Well, and this one actually says, hand built in England for James Bond 007, and the VIN ends 007, 18.
That's confusing because he's a fictional character.
And it's not a Bond car.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, right. This was never a Bond car. The previous one was in Die Another Day.
Yes, that was the Vanish.
The Vanish.
Yeah.
Yes. God, that was such a cool moment. Do you remember that when you were a kid watching that? So we call it the Vanish, and it disappeared.
Aston Martin call it the Vanquish, we call it the Vanish.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Now that just happens to the prices.
Yeah.
But part of that price is the bespokeness of the car.
Yeah.
And it's got more ridiculous in recent times, but the interior is still very special.
Very, very special. Yeah, because this is stunning.
There's a lot of leather.
You said that with a weird, air of complaint in your voice.
No, there is just, it feels like,
Of course, it's not Aston Martin. Everything must be trimmed in leather. It's the law.
it's like shoving everything under a rug though, but just leather everything. But it's all handmade. So we ignore the delamination that's happening on the rear in this because it's handmade.
It's handmade. It's handmade. It's fine. It's handmade. This has the good gauge cluster. Not the best one because it's the stuff. Is my heated seat on? No. It's so hot. It's got the style of the one from the Vantage that we drove.
Yes.
But not the aluminum.
Is it not dark aluminum?
It might be, but it doesn't look. The other one looked more aluminum to me. It might actually be an alloy, but it looks like gray plastic to me. Still visually wonderful, beautiful to look at. Stitching is amazing. I love the design. The steering wheel, this is a bit much. It doesn't need to be half.
Well, that's from the 177.
This
This has got 177 hand-me-downs and it's the same designer. So that's what this steering wheel is.
looks like it was a wheel and then someone took a knife and went.
It's funky. Yeah.
It's kind of weird. This is the coolest key for a car ever made. That's called. I think they call it.
You made the screen run
I
away.
did that. Yeah, I think they call that the emotional control unit.
Really?
Yeah. Put that in there, and then and that's how you start it. Vanquish.
Vanquish. And this doesn't have CarPlay because CarPlay didn't enter Aston Martins for another 100 years after this.
It's true.
Somehow only recently
Yeah, I
can
know.
you get CarPlay. You probably resto mod, you can retrofit.
Retrofit. Yeah.
I've been ruined by resto mods.
Yeah, I know.
This stuff, these buttons are an interesting choice and are the source of a lot of criticism because
Yeah.
you sort of have to do these. Well, that doesn't work when the car is off, but
Yeah.
either way, there you go. See, it's like there's no feedback But yeah, otherwise,
Oh god, these are useful. Jesus, look at that.
well, what's in? It doesn't want to take up too much space.
What's the point?
This is an interesting decision because when you go back in time normally to 2014,
Yeah.
you don't have piano black and you have physical buttons, and yet somehow this spearheaded piano black and, no physical buttons.
Yeah, this looks great, but it's crap.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm not a big fan of this.
No, that's a bit dumb. Well, I mean, you can get a DBS with a manual, so that would solve that. I'm just saying, DBS.
How much is a DBS?
I don't know. They range in price, depending if you want a manual or whatever. But they're not cheap. They're under 200,000 US, but they're still very expensive.
Yeah, you got this for 90 something US.
No. This is a screaming deal. It really, really is.
Apparently, these hourglass patterns in the seats are from the Q department. So these are custom quilted seats.
They can't just claim it's the Q department.
Q department.
It's fictional. Yeah. Listen. Comfortable seats. Lots of headroom, good spots for your arms, driving position is excellent, visibility is good because it's just meant to comfortably live in, and it achieves that massively. Whatever, this is all completely pointless anyway, because how much is this car?
95 US.
95 US, and you get a low mileage, absolutely pristine, front engine, rear drive, naturally aspirated V12, Aston Martin, end of conversation. This is like the fact that they've depreciated so much. Like seriously.
No comment.
That's it. It's over.
Yeah.